Today, we're doing something super different and honestly kind of spooky. We're talking about shipwrecks, the real deal right here in Michigan. Under those waves are some crazy stories. 10 shipwrecks, each one a total disaster, straight out of a horror movie. Get ready to be freaked out and maybe learn a thing or two. Welcome back, explorers. Let's dive into Michigan's top 10 shipwrecks. All right, first up, the big kahuna, the Edmund Fitzgerald. This thing was a monster, almost 800 feet long. Imagine a floating skyscraper. Nicknamed the Mighty Fitz, it ruled the Great Lakes, hauling iron ore. But in November 1975, it went down in a massive storm. All 29 crew members vanished. The wildest part? They found the ship in two pieces. What really happened? No one knows. Spooky, right? Next up, we got the Carl D. Bradley, another giant freighter. This one went down in 1958, and get this, it broke in half. Can you imagine? 1 minute you're on a ship, the next you're in the freezing water. The cause? A huge wave, they say a rogue wave, slammed into the side. Only 2 guys survived, can you believe that? They clung to a life raft for hours in that icy water. Talk about a nightmare. Now, the Daniel J. Morrell is interesting because they actually found a bunch of cool stuff from the wreck. This ship went down in 1966, another victim of a brutal Great Lakes storm. Divers found the ship's bell, engine parts, even a lifeboat. It's like stepping back in time, but also kind of sad. You think about those sailors caught in that storm, it's heavy stuff. But hey, at least some of their story is preserved. The Eastland. A disaster before it even began. Okay, this one is messed up, guys. The Eastland isn't known for sinking in a storm. It sank while still tied to the dock. It was 1915, packed with people. It just tipped over. Over 800 died, many women and children. One of the worst maritime disasters in U.S. history. The Kamloops. Lost and found, but not forgotten. The Kamloops is like something out of a ghost story. It disappeared in 1927, vanished without a trace. They searched for it for years, no sign. Then get this, they found it 50 years later, perfectly preserved at the bottom of Lake Superior. How crazy is that? It's like time stood still down there. Some say the Kamloops is cursed, haunted by the souls lost on board. I don't know about that, but it's definitely creepy. The Regina, a ship frozen in time. All right, for all you divers out there, the Regina is a must-see. This ship ran aground in a storm in 1913. It's in relatively shallow water, so you can actually dive down and see it up close. It's like swimming through history. You can see the masts, the cargo holds. It's amazing. Just, be respectful. It's a gravesite, after all. The Two Brothers, Guardians of the Deep. The Two Brothers is special because it's one of the most protected shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. It sank way back in 1823, and they found it in the 80s. They've been studying it ever since, trying to learn as much as they can about early Great Lakes shipping. They even made it illegal to mess with the wreck or take anything from it. We gotta protect these pieces of history. This is what I love about shipwrecks. The Vienna sank in 1892, and for over a century, no one knew what happened. It was a total mystery. Then, they found the wreck and realized it had collided with another ship. They even found the other ship's wreckage nearby. It's like a puzzle piecing together the past. The William B. Davik is huge, one of the largest wooden ships ever built on the Great Lakes. This thing was a beast. It went down in 1891, and because it was made of wood, it's actually pretty well preserved. You can still see the outline of the hull, the decks. It's incredible. It's like stepping back in time to when these wooden giants ruled the waves. Last but not least, we got the Francisco Morazan. This ship went down in 1960, and it's a reminder that the Great Lakes are still dangerous today. The Morazan got caught in a storm, ran aground, and that was it. It's now a popular spot for divers, but it's also a reminder of the power of these lakes and the respect we need to have for them. That's it for our deep dive into Michigan's shipwrecks. These shipwrecks are like time capsules. They tell the stories of the people who sailed the Great Lakes. If you're ever in Michigan, check out these wrecks. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more. See you next time.